What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Today we are playing in probably one of the biggest sporting rivalries in New Zealand, Canterbury versus Auckland, and it is Canterbury, the Crusaders, taking on the Auckland Blues in this game here. Now, these two actually played against each other on the weekend, and holy crap, we've had an injury already. Inside the first 2 minutes, I believe, we have had an injury. The halfback has gone down, which is a real shame. Jimmy Cowan coming on as well. I forgot that he played for the Blues, actually. He was a Southern man. I believe he still plays for Southland in our domestic competition, but made the change. I think he went overseas and then has come back and is since playing for the Blues. So I was going to say, if we can get a little bit more of a push on here, we could possibly go and get one against the head, but not the case. But these two did take each other on in the weekend. The Crusaders got out in a very close game. I think they won by 5 points. I think it was 25. Might have been 26, maybe 28 or something, and the Blues got about 20. So the Crusaders keep up their good form. For those who aren't watching the Super Rugby competition or don't follow it too closely, the Crusaders are having a very, very good year. I believe they are actually top of the point scoring table, closely followed by the Chiefs in the New Zealand Conference. And it is quite a weird way, and I don't fully understand how everything is done, so I'm not going to go through it in great detail. But yeah, it has to do with your positioning and where you finish in your conference and all this stuff. So it is, if you don't understand, like myself, it can be quite complex and quite hard to understand what is going on. So I just basically just look, see how the Crusaders are doing, and we have managed to go and get one there against the head. So we just need to make sure that we do go and hang on to the ball. But enough about that. We've talked enough about the Crusaders in real life. We are now going to talk about them and how we are going in this game here, which, as we go for a run, Dan Carter absolutely monstered there, but they are actually doing, well, we are doing good. At the moment, I think we're second on the ladder as White Crockett carrying the ball in the back line there, and that is never going to lead to anything good. He's knocked it on. It is going to be a scrum to the Blues. But back to how we are going in this game. I believe at the moment we're on 24 points from memory. We are sitting, as I said, quite comfortably towards the top of the table. I think we're in second place. The Sharks are in first. I think they're about 10 points ahead of us. So we do have a little bit of catch-up work to do on them. But apart from that, we are doing pretty well. We have lost another big player. I think it was 2 episodes ago. We lost Namani Nandolo. So we have lost him. He's gone still for a wee while yet. But we have lost an All Black in Sam Whitelock, which is a real shame because he is such a good player. Probably one of the best locks going around at the moment. So to lose him, as I said, is a huge loss. And a nice wee... Man, these guys, they are dummying like crazy, but we're playing the territory game. That is the thing that normally happens with us. We don't often, we don't often get our hands on the ball, but we quite often play the ball in the opposition's half. So we do have good territory, which we don't always go and make the most of, but we do manage to go and keep the pressure up. Crockett manages to hang on there, and don't tell me why Crockett's gone down as well. It's just an injury-laden game, this one here. We are going to bring on Joe Moody, I guess. Not too bad of a replacement because I think Joe Moody, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Moody, he does have a couple of All Blacks caps as well. So, you know, it's not the end of the world that we have lost Crockett. Hopefully it's not to quite a long sustaining injury, because to lose him and to lose Sam Whitelock, to lose 2 very important All Blacks to the cause, would not be good, especially this stage of the season. We are now starting to get into the crunch time. Go, Kieran Reid! Oh, bad pass. Bad pass. We are now starting, as I said, to get into the crunch time of the season. So we really want our All Blacks, you know, and our big game players there, which, if they're sitting on the bench injured, isn't going to happen because they're going to be sitting on the bench injured, obviously. And, again, we just need to make sure that they don't, I was going to say, don't get away. It's quite often it can happen that they do go and will spread the ball very wide, and we will get put under a lot of pressure because they do have the numerical advantage, just like what has happened here. But a great covering tackle, nonetheless, by Kieran Reid on Iahaya West, who did score a try on the weekend for the Blues, but obviously not enough, as I did speak about just before at the start of this video. It wasn't enough to go and pick up the victory. I think there's about 5 points in it from memory. which, you know, is good. The Crusaders, I think this season, this is probably the best season they have had in a wee while, which, you know, is good because rugby is such a strong, not only in New Zealand, but rugby is such a strong sport. You know, like Canterburyans absolutely love their rugby, you know, like no end. It's not the be all and end all, but rugby is very important because Canterbury have had a lot of success, both in Super Rugby and in our domestic competition as well. And we've just struggled today taking it to the line. The forwards have been there, and they've been taking it in the back line. And because they've been taking it in the back line, we have had a few handling errors. That is the second one of the half. And we just need to... Well, it would be quite nice here if we did manage to go back for the scrum, because it would mean that we would head to half-time, which it looks like it is going to do. And that's quite strange in this game. Quite often you will get knock-on advantages like that are a little bit strange, but that's all right. We will go and take that there. So as you can see, possession, we do actually have more than 50%, which is very strange. Normally that is down, you know, in the 40s and the 30s. In the territory battle, we are winning because we do normally win that as well. But 0-0 heading into halftime. Not very often that this does happen in rugby, let alone in Super Rugby. Super Rugby, especially this year now that they have brought in a few new rules with the bonus point situation. And, oh, it's a high tackle. Oh, I thought we'd lost Matt Todd. I thought there'd been another injury. And this is going to be a yellow card, as we can see. It's quite predictable, the cinematic when a card is coming along. You can definitely tell that it is going to be. And we're just going to make sure that this does go and get into touch. Up in between the 10 and the 22. And obviously a player short now are the Blues. So we're going to go and try and capitalise on this if we can. But I don't think we're going to get the line out. Oh, no, we have. I was going to say, if we can capitalise on it, spread it wide. Oh, Crotty! Ryan Crotty, what are you doing, son? Perfect opportunity. Short a man in the back line, and Crotty just goes and knocks the ball on. Well, I think they're short in the back line. It could be a forward that did get sent off, but wow, Ryan Crotty. That is our third handling error of the game, which, as I said, very unusual for us, as we normally just like to go and do the basics well. How the hell did he get that away? That is an incredible offload. Surely it must be a penalty because he would have been held down on the ground. There's no way you should be able to offload in a situation like that. I believe the ruck had formed. Possibly it hadn't. And there's a forward pass. So that's alright. We'll take that. We'll grab the scrum. Bit of a scrappy game, which sometimes you do get in these Canterbury versus Auckland derbies. There are, I mean, there's numerous things down the years that I can think of. Oh, God, that's a terrible first scrum. Terrible first push. We do get there in the end. But plenty of things that I can think of. One thing that does... Ryan Crotty, are you serious? You are a former All Black, son, and you've just gone and done that. It's not... I don't understand. It's not wet today. He's just gone and taken his eye off the ball as he has gone in for the run. But very strange. We can't make the most of that yellow card because the yellow carded player has now come back on. But anyway, back, I guess, to those... Oh, we're going to win this against the head. Beautiful. That's what we need. You know, back to just those things that have happened in the Canterbury versus Auckland games. I can't quite remember when it was, but there was a year that I think Carlos Spencer, it was in Christchurch, I believe. And Carlos, it is, for those who don't know, Carlos Spencer and Andrew Mertens were, you know, they played around the same time, played around the same era, and were both, oh my God, were both, you know, fairly well respected in the New Zealand setup, I guess you'd say, and they quite often fought over the number 10 All Blacks jersey, as I said, in the era that they did play in. And there were numerous times where I think Spencer once hit a drop goal to win a game for Auckland. I can't remember if it was the Blues or if it was in the national rugby competition that we have over here. Well, it's the ITM Cup now, but used to be the NPC. And he just went and hit a drop goal, and I think he went around and was just flipping the bird to everyone in the stadium. And I think Mertens did a similar thing once upon a time as well. And I don't know, honestly, what you have done there, Izzy Dag. And this is going to be, I was going to say, if he contested that, that probably would have been turned over. But the way things stand at the moment, it is looking as though a single try probably will be enough to see a side home. Maybe even a drop goal, but I don't really trust my drop goaling abilities. Go Crotty. You've caught the ball this time, son. For the corner. Ryan Crotty. Been slagging you off all game, son, but you come up with the try when it does matter. Great wee line break there. And just the numbers in the end did go and get us through. Ryan Crotty. He may have made a few mistakes in this game, but he has probably come up with one of the most important tries then and there. And DC, he just doesn't miss. That one, it looked headed over. It looked going down the middle from the moment it left his boot. Great stuff. Absolutely love it. So 7-0, and as I said, we are now in a good position because it was going to be just that single try that would go and put us in, well, into the ascendancy, we shall say. But we can't slack it off because Jimmy Cowan's away, and a very good tackle there by Colin Slade. Not playing for the Crusaders now anymore. He has gone, I think he's playing for a French club. I can't quite remember who it is, but oh my god, I feel very nervous here. I feel very nervous, and we shouldn't lose the ball in that situation. We had the momentum. Tackle him out. He's got, yes, he's stepped into touch, boys. I believe that is big Charlie Falmawina has stepped into touch, and it has given us a line out with about 5 minutes left to go. We're going to go directly to the front, and we have done enough. We're just going to kick this away for territory. Hopefully the wind can go and take that, and the bounce is good. The bounce isn't as good as I had hoped for, but saying that, we do have players there first, and we are actually going to win the turnover. So that is brilliant work by not only the forwards, but some of the backs as well. And here goes Fruin. Robbie Fruin, he doesn't have any support. Almost gets the offload away. Romano just not quite there, and possibly could have held on to the ball in that situation there, because it is now meaning that Auckland are going to get the last throw of the dice, which hopefully doesn't come back to haunt us. McNichol's just been absolutely outpaced by Iahaya West. Must be very, very tired and very fatigued, but we just need to go and basically wait now for an Auckland handling error or a turnover, which we could possibly get here, as long as everything goes to plan, which it has. We are just going to pass this out to McNichol. Probably could go for a run. Ooh, down the line. I was going to say could go for a run down the line, but we're going to keep it quite close to touch. Win this New Zealand derby against the Auckland Blues, which, as you can see, the boys are absolutely pumped for. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter links that can be found down below in the description. Hope you're having a good start to your week. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I've got more Don Bradman batting career coming your guys' way. Make sure you do not miss that.